Hello everyone and welcome to the third game between LiquidHyprO spawning as a yellow Zerg and his opponent Adelscott spawning as an orange Protoss. The map's gonna be Desert Oasis and let's see what's gonna happen here. As everybody knows, Desert Oasis is really favored towards the Terran, especially against the Reaper harassment, or maybe Zerg, I don't know, but I think it's mostly Terran because of the Reaper. You can put a barracks over here and just hop your Reapers like, look, so fast over here, just hop them over like, I don't know, until here, I don't know. But the Reaper harassment is really effective in this game. And Adelscott's going to be placing a pylon over here, not going to try to wall off anything, just put in a pylon in the middle of nowhere. And this overlord probably is gonna know that I am scouting into correct positioning. I feel good right now since it's only 2 players map. And ooh, LiquidHyprO is gonna be scouting because I don't think he has enough money to build an expansion pretty early. So he's gonna start scouting with the drone, or he's gonna try to put an expansion somewhere where you do not can see it or something like that. And he's gonna be churning around. What is this? I don't know what this drone is doing. What are you doing, man? What are you going? Oh, he actually is gonna be dropping an expansion or looking for a proxy. I think he's looking for the proxy pylons, because the last 2 games, Adelscott put a proxy pylons everywhere. So you're gonna look for some, and he's gonna be dropping a gateway and a simulator. And there is still no spawning for the LiquidHyprO. Instead, he's getting a really quick expansion, which is really risky to get an early expansion that quick in the game before the spawning pool. It's really hard to defend against this, which might cost you the game. You never know, man. Another pylon going down for the Adelscott, and gateway is finished. And let's see, there is a cybernetic core going down too. So there is a little wall off over here. You can only squeeze like a stalker or a zealot in here. And a spawning pool is going down finally for the LiquidHyprO. You really need to get that spawning pool as soon as you can, man, after you put an expansion, because you're gonna be way behind if your opponent scouts you and is gonna start pushing out. What is this? Whoa, what is that creature? Ah, I can't go down there. Man, this creature needs to move. That thing looks pretty cool to me. And another pylon going down. Pylons are everywhere. It's like a pylon party over here. And LiquidHyprO needs to get an extractor, and he needs to get some Zerglings on the field, man. And the spawning pool is finished, and he actually is getting a queen, but he needs Zerglings and 4 Zerglings, because I think he's really lucky this game, because Adelscott's not getting, he's not scouting at all. He has not scouted yet his opponent's base, and he's putting a pylon over here, I guess just to warp in some units over here to reinforce the army quicker. And 4 of these good working drones gonna be going here. Gonna start to get the expansion saturated, get some extra income, and these Zerglings are gonna be partying over here. And ooh, Adelscott's gonna actually start scouting with a stalker. Let's see, let's look at the rally points towards the expansion kind of thing. But the Zerglings are gonna be on the field, and they should spot the stalker before he gets here. And there's going a forge and another gateway, so no Twilight Council for any High Templars maybe later in the game, or any DTs yet, but the game should be pretty interesting. And this Zergling kinda working hard, man. This Stalker's like, he already killed 2 Zerglings, man, they barely hit him. And LiquidHyprO needs to start getting more Zerglings. Queen should be enough to defend against the 1 Stalker, but 1 Stalker can do a lot of damage over here to the drones. And the queen, let's see, who's gonna win, queen or the stalker? And the stalker focusing down on the drones, not on the queen. And 1 drone is going down for the stalker, and he should be easily to clean up these 2 Zerglings by microing out pretty good, just shooting back. And LiquidHyprO's getting a roach warren, so some roaches again in this game. And that's a lot of zealots for the Adelscott. And 3 more gateways going down. So this guy likes to go all gate builds pretty much. No robotics before the gateways. I mean, never mind. I meant you put 1 gateway and then robotics, or 4 more gateways and then robotics. I don't know. Whatever he's going for, it's working for him. Last 2 games, it's worked for him. So there's really not much to say about it. As long as it works, you're good go. And LiquidHyprO needs to start like doing something. He's not really doing a whole lot. Just getting a spine crawler over here, spine crawler, getting a bunch of spine crawlers. They're just gonna go crawl around, and this thing needs to change to warp gates, man. And so did this one. So he only had one warp gate done so far, and he's gonna be researching level 1 weapons again. Pretty quick research, but there is still no second assimilator, which he needs for the stalkers. Stalkers are really gas heavy. Not really that much heavy, but when you have 2 gases, it's really easier to do it. Oh, see, he's using this pylon just to warp in some more units over here to push out easily. And I guess Adelscott's gonna be pushing out with all he has here, and he needs to get into this phase, and the roaches needs to come out, because spine crawlers are gonna be blocking off the ramp, which is pretty cool. I think he should have just left one over here, and bunch of creep tumors, spine crawlers. I just want to see a game where spine crawlers, like 50 spine crawlers in one place, it'd be like poking at the same time. That would be pretty cool to see, wouldn't he? I don't know. Looks cool to me. And how big is the range on a spine crawler? 7. And stalkers are only 6. So roaches, I think only have like 3, but that's a lot of roaches. So I think LiquidHypro is in a good positioning right now, and the spine crawlers are in a perfect placement. But Adelscott's putting a proxy pylon over here so he can reinforce his army easily, and there is another proxy pylon over here, and bunch of more zealots, and this thing is over here too. Whatever you want to call that thing. There's a name, but I can't really pronounce it. And these spine crawlers are just keep poking him. Man, get out of my face. Get out of my base. You're not getting into my base. Dude, that's a lot of stalkers and roaches at the same place too. Pretty good army from both players, but Adelscott trying to break this in, trying to kill this spine crawler and trying to snipe a couple more roaches before he goes in. Whoa. I guess he's gonna go for the overlord now, and he's warping in some more zealots, and another proxy pylon going down over here. He needs to start building cannons over here to force LiquidHypro just stay in his base so he cannot move out of it, or push out, whatever you want to call it. And he needs to build some more cannons, and the zealots are going into the action, trying to absorb some damage from the roaches, but there is way too many roaches to focus down these zealots. These zealots are going down towards the roaches, some are going on the spine crawler, but there is more zealots being reinforced. These zealots are going to be focusing down on the queen, but the stalkers are doing their job, killing all the roaches. Another spine crawler went down. And there's really not that many roaches left, and there is more reinforcement coming in from Adelscott, so he keeps reinforcing his armies from 2 proxy pylons, and he's probably going to be building a couple more gateways just to reinforce his army more efficiently. And LiquidHypro needs to start getting some more units to defend against this, because this spine crawler probably going to go down. It only has 24 health left, and these stalkers really need to attack it. Actually, both of those are really low. And there is more stalkers coming in to reinforce this, but there is enough roaches trying to scare him away. But still, both players are just kind of going back and forth at each other with armies. Keep reinforcing each other. And these roaches need to get on a creep, because they are more effective on a creep. They move a lot faster. And there's some more zealots being here. And there is more reinforcement should be coming in from the Adelscott, and he needs to snipe down the spine crawler, and the spine crawler is going down, and all he has, LiquidHypro, is just the roaches and zerglings. So LiquidHypro is a really tough situation right now, because he really stuck into his base, because Adelscott just keep reinforcing this with the stalkers, and stalkers are doing so much damage to these roaches. Look at these roaches going down pretty quick. Roaches are doing 16 damage, and stalkers only doing 15, but they are upgraded, so... And actually pretty even when they are upgraded, so both players are just kind of going back and forth, and these stalkers are getting micro out pretty good, but I think he should be getting a Twilight Council and start researching blink stalkers so you can blink behind these roaches. But the roaches are getting sniped down, and there is more stalkers getting warped in over here, and some zealots just to reinforce his army, and LiquidHypro is in a lot of trouble. He just gets stuck in his base, he can't do anything, he can't push out, all he has is roaches. And he really low on gas, but Adelscott is good on minerals but low on gas too, and he really needs to get the second assimilator if he wants to get some more stalkers on the field just to deal with that many roaches. And these zealots are just chilling over here without attacking the units or absorbing any damage from the roaches, and stalkers need to use this ability, not ability, the advantage. The zealots are in the front and use the stalkers in the back just to kill off all the roaches, and there's really not that many roaches left. There is way too many stalkers to deal with this, and stalkers are going to be going in towards the LiquidHypro base. And LiquidHypro is in a lot of trouble right now, since he doesn't have that many units anymore, and all the Stalkers are focusing down the Roaches, and this Queen's gonna go down, so does the Roaches and the Zerglings. And it's really hard for the Stalkers to deal with the Zerglings. There is more Zerglings reinforcing, and the Zealots coming in from the Adelscott. And I don't know, I think it's gonna be GG for LiquidHypro, because there's way too many Stalkers over here and Zealots. And yes, this has been last game between LiquidHypro and Adelscott, and thank you for watching.